My dear one, my child of light, can you feel it? Something is stirring in the air right now. Heaven is not silent. Archangel Michael is near, and he whispers your name. Something powerful happened last night, and the angels are still in shock. You may not know it yet, but your heart feels it. This message isn't just words, it's alive, urgent, and full of truth. Please don't scroll past this. Don't assume you can come back later. If you stop now, what heaven wants to show you will disappear into silence. If you want to walk with miracles, if you want to be someone God doesn't pass by, stay with me. And if your soul longs for something deeper, subscribe now. Heaven doesn't repeat itself. While you slept last night, heaven was awake. Angels were standing guard, voices rose, and Archangel Michael came down with a sword of fire. He spoke your name and said, "This child must see. This child cannot walk another step blind." And even now, as you read this, the echo of heaven's cry is moving in your chest. That sound you feel isn't nothing, it's your destiny being stirred awake. God is saying, this is your final chance to see what's been hidden. This isn't a story or some nice idea. This is something real. What happened last night was never meant to stay in the dark. The angels saw it. They were speechless. And now, heaven is breaking its silence for your sake. Open your heart. The truth is heavy, but it will set you free. You feel that strange sensation in your chest, don't you? That pull in your spirit. You're not wrong. Heaven saw something and sent Michael to deliver this message, not tomorrow, but today. Don't look away. Don't wait. If you do, you'll miss it forever. You feel a tug in your heart as your eyes fall on these words because your soul knows this is not normal. Michael says the angels are shocked because you still don't know what took place. God Himself ordered this to be delivered to you. If you skip it, delay, or ignore it, you push away the only chance heaven is giving you to understand what's been hidden. This message isn't just random text. It's the key to something that was sealed for years. You weren't supposed to see it. But for you, God changed the rules. Don't treat it like any other message. If you do, you'll miss the very miracle heaven fought to bring into your hands. The heavens shook last night. Even the stars carried whispers. Michael saw it and his mighty voice shook. The angels gasped and hid their faces. And all of it was about you. Your name was spoken in heaven. God said, send this message before it's too late. Right now, you are living in a countdown. The truth is knocking. Only your decision to keep reading will open the door. Before I tell you what was hidden, hear this. If your soul longs for God's miracles, stay here. Don't let your attention wander. Don't scroll away. And if your heart is racing, subscribe now. Because heaven rarely calls more than once. What you're reading is what many prayed for and never got. Don't let it slip away. The angels were stunned last night because something was revealed, something buried for so long. No one on earth would believe it without heaven pulling back the veil. And it's about you, your destiny. The battle meant to block your blessing failed, and that's why this message found you now. If you walk away, you choose to remain blind. If you stay, your eyes will open. God says, hurry. This is your last chance. You're still here because heaven believes in you. Michael stands, sword still drawn, saying, "Tell my beloved, don't waste another second." You know deep down this moment isn't meant for tomorrow. It's for now. Let your heart awaken, not with fear, but with wonder. Michael leans close again and says, "The angels are in shock. You still don't know what happened. Heaven did not sleep while you did." God's throne thundered, and the angels saw something so great, so hidden, they could barely breathe. And still, you walk like nothing happened. But the veil is lifting now. If you turn away, you won't hear this again. Believe me when I say the heavens shook. Michael descended, cutting through the darkness that tried to hold your destiny back. While your eyes were closed, heaven was breaking chains, opening doors, and tearing down walls around your purpose. That's why the angels are stunned. Because something massive was released, and the one it was meant for, you, still doesn't know. Don't brush this off. This is the bridge between blindness and sight. Between loss and restoration. You wonder, why me? Why now? Because heaven marked today on its calendar. This day was written for you. God whispered your name louder than all the others. For too long you've been surrounded by unseen battles. The enemy laughed, thinking you'd stay blind forever. But last night changed that. Heaven saw, and now the scroll is open. These words are the opening. If you walk away, the scroll will close again, and years could pass before you see it again. Don't let anything distract you. If your heart is racing, your soul already knows this isn't from man. It's heaven's voice. So don't skim this. Don't forget it. If you hunger for truth, subscribe now. Heaven calls once and waits for the chosen to respond. You are chosen, but you must respond. Last night wasn't ordinary. Something broke open. It was tied to your name, your purpose, your family. God commanded Michael, "Don't let this child stay in the dark." That's why this message is in front of you. Because this truth can't wait. You think you have time. But God says, now. This is your moment. Not later. Not another day. Right now. Your choice is here. Open your heart or walk away forever. The weight of heaven is on this moment. Michael's sword still glows from last night's battle. The angels lean in to see if you'll finally listen. Something was revealed about you. Your name was spoken. A chain broke. An enemy lost power. The heavens shifted. The earth beneath you is trembling, aligning with what was declared. The angels saw it and trembled. And if you stay here and read every word, I will show you what they saw, what they heard, what even shook Michael. But if you walk away, the door will close. God is pleading, don't miss this. Every second that passes now is part of the countdown. You feel it in your chest. Don't ignore it. That racing heartbeat you feel, that tightness in your breath, it's not fear. It's your soul aligning with heaven's timing. You've lived through many days, but today is different. Today carries the weight of eternity pressing into your life. The angels are still whispering in wonder, asking, how does the child not see? How did they not know? Archangel Michael has come down, fierce and blazing, to deliver this message. You will know. You must know. This is your final chance to understand. You still feel that stirring deep inside, don't you? It's not random. It's heaven knocking. The same heaven that refused to rest last night. Angels stood still, trembling, because a long-hidden secret was finally revealed. And yet here you are, walking through your day as if it's just another sunrise. Michael asks, how can you not see what was revealed? How can you not feel it? You were not forgotten. You were the reason heaven moved. You were the reason the angels cried out. That's why you can't skip this. This truth is more important than anything else you're holding. Even as you slept, God was awake, opening doors you thought were shut for good. Last night, heaven bent down, and something shifted in your story that no darkness could stop. The enemy thought they had the final word, but the scroll was open, and your name was written in light. That's why the angels gasped. They saw your destiny change in a moment. But now the question remains. Will you see it? Will you dare to open your heart and take this in? Or will you scroll away and lose the one moment God prepared just for you? Pause. Let this message sink in. You've prayed for a sign, haven't you? You've said, God, if you're real, show me something I can't ignore. This is that moment. This is that sign. On this very day, Michael speaks, and the angels are still stunned that you don't yet know what happened. Don't brush this off. Don't call it coincidence. The Spirit never speaks without reason. God doesn't waste his voice. He doesn't send Michael unless it matters. And he sent him, for you. The night you thought was quiet was the night your story changed. Heaven has been holding back blessings meant for you, blessings that were blocked by chains, lies, and walls of darkness. But last night, those walls cracked. The chains shattered. A sound echoed through heaven. It was the sound of your breakthrough, signed and sealed. And though the angels saw it, you woke up without knowing. That's why this message found you now. It's your last chance to open your eyes and see what was done for you. You can feel it, can't you? That energy in your chest, that strange current under your skin, it's not your imagination. It's the Spirit, the same Spirit that carried Michael here. The same Spirit urging you not to stop reading, not to look away, not to let doubt steal this moment. Every second you hesitate pushes the miracle further away. God is saying, hurry. Heaven won't wait forever. The window is open now, but it won't stay open. That's why there's urgency. That's why the angels are still whispering. Does the child still not see? Still not know? You must choose to listen. You must stay until the end. Let me tell you what Michael revealed to me. Last night, your name was spoken 3 times before God's throne. Each time louder than the last. And on the 3rd call, all of heaven shook. Something sealed broke open. It wasn't small. It wasn't trivial. It was the very thing blocking your purpose. Now the angels are watching to see if you'll grab hold of what's been released. Because if you don't, if you turn away, the enemy will laugh again, and this moment will pass. Don't let that happen. There are no accidents in God's kingdom. You reading this right now is not a mistake. The timing, the words, the pull you feel, it's all divine. You once asked for a message so clear you couldn't ignore it. This is that message. This is the knock on your heart. This is Michael, his sword still burning with the fire of last night, urging you, don't skip this. Don't treat it lightly. This is your last chance. Yes, this message is long. It stretches like a river. But your story isn't short, and your destiny isn't shallow. To truly grasp what happened, to understand why the angels tremble, you must stay with every word, every line, until it soaks into your soul. This isn't something that can be whispered. It needs a flood. That's why God allowed it to be written this way. That's why Michael told me to keep writing until your eyes can no longer deny what your spirit already knows. So stay. Let this message carry you deeper. Let it tear through the veil. Each line takes you closer to the truth heaven is desperate for you to see. And when you reach the end, you will not be the same. Even now, heaven is leaning close. The veil between earth and spirit is thinner than it's ever been. Today, right now, Michael is saying, the angels are still in shock because the child doesn't know what happened last night. Imagine that, angels, mighty and fearless, trembling, in awe at something so great, so hidden, and yet so connected to you. Last night wasn't just another night. The stars witnessed it, the wind carried whispers, your name was spoken before God's throne. And you've felt the unrest in your heart since waking. That's because your soul already knows something changed. The spirit is urging you not to miss it. What happened isn't a secret meant to be buried. It was an unveiling, a divine ripping of the curtain that has kept you from seeing clearly. The angels gasped because what they saw was about your freedom, your breakthrough, your future. And still, you walk through this day unaware. That's why this message is in front of you. Because heaven refuses to let you stay blind. God says, hurry, my child. This is your last chance. Don't skip it. Don't scroll away. Your future depends on this. Think of the prayers you've whispered in the dark. The tears no one saw. The moments you asked for a sign that heaven had not forgotten you. Last night was that sign. While the world slept, heaven moved. Michael came down with a sword of fire. He struck down the darkness around your blessing. He shattered the lies against your name. He opened the gates that had been shut. The angels are stunned because the shift was so sudden, so powerful. And yet you woke up unaware. This message is God's way of saying, now you will know. Now you must see. Picture heaven's courtroom. Your name is spoken aloud. The enemy steps forward with accusations. But before the judge of all creation, Michael stands. His voice thunders, this child is covered in light. This child cannot be condemned. This child belongs to the throne. And in that moment, the case is dismissed. The enemy is silenced. The chains fall. And the angels erupt in awe. That is what happened last night. Your freedom was declared. Your name was cleared. The weight you've carried was broken. Heaven moved. And now it's your turn to respond. The angels are still whispering about what happened. They're wondering how you could walk through this day without realizing that everything has changed. But God, in His mercy, has brought this message to you. He opened this moment and is saying, beloved, this is your last chance to know. Hurry, before the window closes. Don't let fear or doubt or distraction take away what heaven has delivered. Stay here. Let every word sink in. Let these paragraphs wash over you like a river. The more you read, the clearer it becomes, and the more your spirit opens to the truth. Yes, this is long, but that's because your soul doesn't wake up in a single line. You need time. You need the flow, the unfolding, the pieces coming together one by one until every wall of confusion breaks. That's why I'm still speaking to you. Because the truth from heaven runs deep. It takes time. It takes your willingness to stay until the end. Last night, something happened that left the angels stunned. They saw God move for you in a way they had never seen before. Something was revealed. Something was released. And now it's waiting for you to receive it. But the only way is to keep reading, to stay open, to not let go too soon. Maybe your heart is racing now. Maybe you feel a heat or stirring or even a tremble. That's not random. That's your spirit connecting to this moment. That's Michael near you, his presence brushing against your soul, urging you not to stop now. This is the last chance. Trust the pull you feel. Trust the urgency. Heaven doesn't repeat itself. Last night, the veil was lifted. What was hidden is now revealed. The angels know. Michael knows. And now it's time you know too. Last night wasn't like any other night. Something shifted in the invisible world so powerfully that even the angels are still in awe. But you woke up unaware. That's why this message is here now. Because if you had lived one more day without seeing it, the blessing would have hovered over your life but never reached you. God said no more delay. You have to know. That's why Michael is near. That's why his voice cries out, "Beloved, don't turn away." This is the moment you must understand what heaven already knows. You might wonder what happened. Why were the angels so shocked? Because last night, your story changed. A chapter that you didn't even know was still open was finally closed. You had enemies, both visible and hidden, who thought they had tied your future up in chains. Words were spoken against you that you couldn't even hear. Darkness tried to tangle up your path. But in a single breath from God, it was all undone. The traps were broken. The accusations were silenced. The chains that had gripped you for years fell so loudly the angels shook. You were declared free. Picture yourself standing in a room filled with locked doors. You've tried every one. Nothing opened. You thought maybe it was your fault. Maybe God had forgotten. But last night, one by one, those locks snapped. Keys were handed to angels. The doors flew wide open. Light came pouring in where there had only been darkness. That's why Michael's voice is so urgent now. He says, "The doors are open. Don't just stand there as if nothing happened. Walk through them before they close again." And God's voice echoes through these words, "Hurry, my child. This is your last chance." Heaven doesn't speak without purpose. When God says, "last chance," He means it. He's given you signs before. He's whispered through dreams, nudged you in quiet moments. But maybe you missed them. Maybe you said, "maybe later." But now God says, "No more delay." That's why this message is here now, pouring out, unstoppable, because today is the day you cannot ignore. Let me tell you something that might shake you. Last night, your name was spoken aloud 3 times in heaven. The first time it was whispered gently. The second time, declared with fire. The third time, it thundered so loud the heavens shook. The angels gasped. They said, "Something has changed forever for this one." And in that moment, everything written against you, every lie, every unseen chain, every barrier, was burned in holy fire. Nothing could stand against it. That's why today feels different in your soul, even if you can't explain it. The shift already happened. Your spirit is just catching up. Don't ignore this. Don't brush it off like any other message. This is what you asked for when you cried, "God, show me something undeniable." And here it is. Heaven moved. Angels trembled. Michael came down. And now God is saying, this is your last chance to see it. Even now, as you read, something in your spirit is waking up. That warmth, that stirring, it's real. It's heaven touching your soul. Don't call it imagination. Don't dismiss it. Keep reading. Because as the words pour out, the veil is falling, and soon you'll see what was hidden last night. You may ask why this message is so long. Because your story isn't short. Your destiny is a book written in heaven's ink. What happened last night isn't something that fits into a single sentence. It takes time to unfold. Every paragraph is part of the scroll being unrolled. Every line breaks another lock. If you walk through this patiently, you'll come out the other side awakened. That's why this message flows like a river. It's washing away the doubt, until the truth stands clear. Listen again to Michael's voice. Don't scroll away. Don't take this lightly. The angels are still shocked because you don't know. But you can know. You can take hold of what's been released, if you don't delay. And God is whispering again, hurry, my child. This is your last chance. Last night, the chains fell. The accusations burned. The door to your destiny opened. And today, you must choose. Will you see it, or will you stay blind? Even now, heaven is still speaking. Every word you read is a thread being woven into the tapestry of last night's unveiling. You may still be unaware of its full weight, but the angels haven't stopped whispering. Michael hasn't gone quiet. He's still declaring the truth. They're still in awe because you don't yet know what was revealed. These words aren't just to fill time. They're not for entertainment. They're your lifeline, heaven's bridge to you. Picture it, heaven's battlefield. Last night, it wasn't quiet. Angels drew their swords. Demons trembled. The skies shook with the sound of war. And at the center of it, your name blazed with fire. While you slept, your soul was being fought for. Michael descended like lightning. He struck down every spirit that had clung to your life. The battle was fierce, but the victory was complete. Yet as the morning came, you didn't know. That's why this message is here now, to make sure you don't miss what heaven has already won. God has done something for you that cannot be reversed. The judgment against you was erased. The locked door was open. But if you don't walk through it, what was the point? That's why there's urgency. If you stay passive, the moment might slip by. The blessing might stay out of reach. The miracle might pass. And God, because He loves you so deeply, does not want that to happen. So He says again, hurry, my child. This is your last chance. Remember the tears you've cried. The nights you asked, why hasn't anything changed? Why does it still feel stuck? Last night was your answer. Heaven responded. The delay cracked open. The silence broke. The river started flowing. What you thought would never move, moved. The angels saw it and gasped because they knew how long you've waited. They knew how heavy the burden had been. And when it broke, they trembled in awe. But now, you're still unaware. That's why the angels are shocked. They don't understand how the one heaven fought for can walk through the day like nothing happened. Michael's voice burns. He says, tell them what was revealed. That's what I'm doing now. These words aren't mine. They're heaven's reminder. Don't miss this. Even now, your spirit feels the pull. That's Michael near you. That's the stirring in your heart. That sense that these words are alive. That's not your imagination. That's the truth trying to reach you. This is your confirmation. You asked God for a sign. This is it. You prayed for proof. This is your proof. And God is saying one more time, hurry. Don't waste it. This is your last chance. Last night, your enemies were exposed. The people who smiled at you but spoke against you in secret were revealed in heaven. The lies that were whispered about you were burned away. The traps set against you were uncovered. And more than that, a blessing that had been tied up for years was finally released. The angels gasped when they saw it because they knew how long it had been held back. They said, finally, the child will see what's been promised. But still, you woke up not knowing. That's why this message is now in your hands, because God doesn't want you to miss something that cost heaven so much to release. This is not a random moment. You reading this now is not an accident. Too many details have come together for it to be chance. The date, the words, the urgency, it was all written before time began. And now, the scroll of your life is opening. But if you stop reading, if you walk away, the scroll will close again, and you'll remain in the dark. That's why you have to stay. Stay with this until the very end. Don't let doubt pull you away. This is your moment. Yes, the message is long. Yes, it flows like a river. But your destiny is long too, and your story runs deep. Heaven cannot explain in one sentence what's been hidden for years. That's why these words keep coming. Each line brings another piece of truth. Let the words carry you until every bit of blindness is broken. Don't resist. Don't grow tired. Let patience carry you through this, because what is being revealed is more valuable than anything this world can offer. Michael stands beside you now, his sword still drawn, his presence burning near you. He says, child of God, don't wait. The angels are in shock because you still don't know, but you can know. You can take hold of what has already been released. Just don't delay. And through every word, God is whispering again, hurry. This is your last chance. Last night, heaven moved for you. The angels gasped. The chains broke. The lies burned. The blessing was released. And today, God chose you to finally understand what happened. My beloved, my chosen one, my child of eternity, lean in now. Heaven is still speaking. This message flows endlessly because what happened cannot be explained in a single moment. The angels didn't just observe it, they trembled. Last night, the heavenly realm witnessed something hidden for years, something about you. Even now, Michael says, the angels are in shock because the child still doesn't know what was revealed. So this message continues until your heart finally opens and your spirit fully receives what God has prepared. You've been in seasons where nothing seemed to change, where you prayed and waited, and only silence answered. You cried out, "God, where are you?" and felt alone. But then there comes a moment, a night, when heaven says, "Enough." Last night was that moment. The silence ended. The waiting stopped. A decree was written in fire before the throne of God. And the angels gasped because they had been waiting too. Holding back the flood. Waiting for the order. And when the command came, it came fast. Like lightning splitting the sky. Picture it. Heaven's courtroom filled with light so bright, the stars couldn't compare. The books were open. Your name was there. The enemy came forward to accuse, as he always does, pointing at your failures, your regrets, your flaws. But before he could finish, Michael's voice thundered, "Enough. This child is chosen. This child is covered. This child belongs to the throne of God." And the judge of eternity slammed his gavel and said, "It is finished." In that instant, every charge against you fell apart. Every trap set for you was destroyed. The angels gasped because they knew that what had just happened was final. Irreversible. Eternal. Last night wasn't just about breaking chains. It was about rewriting your future. What was stolen is being returned. What was blocked is now open. What was hidden is now being revealed. The angels saw the flood of blessings that had been held back suddenly break free and start rushing toward you. They gasped because they knew how long you've been waiting. How many tears you've cried, how often you feared God had forgotten you. But he didn't forget. He was waiting for the right moment. And that moment was last night. That's why this message won't let you go. That's why heaven placed it in your path today. Because what happened was too important to remain hidden from you. The angels aren't shocked because something small happened. They're shocked because something huge happened, and you still didn't know. Michael says, "Beloved, open your eyes. Hurry. This is your last chance to know the truth." And God whispers again, "Child, don't delay. Take hold of what I've given you. My beloved, I know this message is long, but it has to be. Some things are too important to be rushed. Some truths are too deep for short answers. Every word here is part of the unveiling. Every sentence is another veil being lifted. Even now, heaven leans closer. Even now, the Spirit is stirring something inside you. Don't ignore it. Don't dismiss it. Don't scroll away. You asked for something real. This is it. Heaven answered. And now the only question left is, will you receive it?